I don't know what it is about Texas, and in particular Fort Worth, but in my opinion, the cops there are way out of control. And I do mean way out of control. There have been instances where police officers have obtained no-knock warrants, broken into the wrong houses, okay? The homeowner, not knowing what's going on, defending himself by shooting at least one of them, and the homeowner being the one who was later on arrested and charged with a crime. Now, fortunately, in two cases, and there have been two of these, that the homeowner was found not guilty by a jury. These cops believe that they can do whatever they want. They don't make mistakes, and when they do make mistakes, people don't have the right to assert their constitutional rights to protecting themselves and their property. Now, here's another instance where a Fort Worth police officer shoots a man in the back. The man is now paralyzed for life after being shot running away from police. They then arrested him and charged him with assault, but a video emerged showing the cop story to be a lie. In Fort Worth, David Colley watched a recent video of a mother who called the cops on a man choking her son, and now that ended up in the arrest of her along with her daughter. Due to that particular video, the person who was paralyzed decided to put his story out there for everyone to see. Here's his story. Now, I apologize because there's no audio on this, and there should be, so I don't know if the dash cams were messed with or not. But this is the vantage point of the dash cam with the police. And there's the gentleman. You can see him walking without a shirt. You're going to see two cops come in, shine a light. The guy points to where he lives, and the cops just shot him. Now, their story was that this guy turned around and had a deadly weapon in his hand and pointed it at the police officers. This video shows that that was an absolute lie. Now, 10 feet away from this guy, they found a box cutter. How is a box cutter being held in someone's hand where the officers were a good 20 feet away from him, something that put the officers in fear for their lives? Hang on a second. Sorry about that. Anyway, as the video continues to play, you're going to see what I describe as a swarm of police officers. Anytime there is any kind of an altercation, particularly a shooting, and particularly by police officers, you get everybody and their brother rushing to the scene so they can get in on it, okay? Now, the attorney for Mr. Colley, Nate Washington, said, unfortunately, we have seen from the Fort Worth police officer in that video this is not an isolated incident. Many members of our community have been assaulted, roughly handled by Fort Worth police. To be clear, we believe the vast majority of police officers are good and decent people. I'm not going to subscribe to that. In the video, the police pull up to the apartment complex where Colley was living. They get out and immediately shoot him. His spine was severed and he will never walk again. The police have responded to a call that there were two armed men in the area who were said to have robbed someone. That is always the case. Always the case. Officers claim that Colley ignored their request, walked away, and produced a metal box cutter threatening them. Although a box cutter was found many meters from where he was shot, the video shows clearly that he did not threaten the police with it, and they really gave him very little time to threaten their lives. The attorney went on to say that I wasn't there that night. I don't know what I saw. I know I saw this man with a weapon. I never saw this man advance toward the officers. I know I saw him get shot in the back. Collie fought for his life for over 2 months. He was charged with aggravated assault on a public servant. However, a grand jury heard his case, watched the video, and refused to indict him. Police have not released anything about an investigation into their officers, the attorney said. The process that they ask us to trust is essential. Let us do what we want to do. We will not be transparent at all, and then we'll tell you what we concluded. There are conflicting reports in the different city police reports they have written. They have various different narratives, and they're inconsistent. Collie has yet to file a lawsuit against the Fort Worth Police Department, but Washington noted they are considering one. He also noted that after they released this video, others began to come forward. We've gotten calls from attorneys across the city who said, I have videos as well. I have photographs of what happened to my client. And so we're investigating the culture and the practice of the city of Fort Worth. We want justice for David. We want change, Washington stated, adding, but we also want peace and calm from the community as they see this video. Now, you saw for yourself, and I'm going to run it again, exactly what happened here. The officers are rolling. They turn down the street. They see a guy walking. He's got no shirt on. 2 officers get out of the car. They're at least 20 to 30 feet away from him. The guy lifts up his arm pointing, and they shot him right then and there. So their lie about him turning towards them with a box cutter, which they were lucky enough to find one in the vicinity, was total bullshit. And the jury basically sided with Mr. Collie, who they were trying to railroad to cover up their crime. Now, the particular video from the dash cam that was released rolls about 10 minutes. And I don't think it's all that necessary. You saw what happened. And the only thing further that you'll see in this 10-minute video is a bunch of police officers rolling onto the scene. So I'm going to forward it a couple of times. There go some more police officers. That's at the 3-minute mark. And obviously there are a bunch of cars, and you can see their lights lighting up the area. There goes one guy jogging into the area. So he wants to get in on it. And throughout the video, there'll be several other. By the time I got through watching this video, I believe I counted at least 8 to 9 police officers and 3 different additional units that came in. I'm going to shut this puppy down right here. But again, just another instance of police officers deciding that they were going to shoot somebody and then trying to come up with a reason why they shot them after the fact.